My next guest, let's just listen to this for a second, because he's from the American Center for Law and Justice. Yoo-hoo! Let's hear it for the American Center for Law and Justice. They filed a lawsuit against Bloomberg, when his toolbox, Bloomberg's toolbox at the Landmarks Commission, voted unanimously to deny landmark status to a 150-year-old building, Daniel Badger. And by the way, whenever they tell you that it's 600 feet from ground zero, this is your response. Lie. That building is ground zero. That building was hit and partially destroyed by the planes that went into those towers. There were human remains in that building. That building is ground zero. Why there? I ask you, why there? Why such a deliberately provocative act? But I'm going off on a tangent. My next speaker is Jordan Sekulow of the wonderful and righteous American Center for Law and Justice, and he is with us now.
Thank you, Pam. Hello, America. I want to start with this. We represent a first responder. We've actually filed a lawsuit to stop the mosque that wants to go right here at Ground Zero. He said this on our radio show 2 days ago. He said, Imam Rauf is trying to extort America on the back of my dead friends. That is our client. He is taking a stand. I want to tell you something about the American Center for Law and Justice. We have firsthand experience with Sharia law. We have an office in Israel, but the first case we handled was for a Palestinian Christian in Gaza. Her husband, who ran the only bookstore that sold Bibles in Gaza City, was killed by Hamas in the street. No justice, no court date. And yet this imam refuses to call an organization who killed a pregnant woman last week in Israel and rushed to claim responsibility. He refuses to call them a terrorist organization. Imam Rauf, America rejects you. We reject you, and we reject your Ground Zero mosque. It's amazing what comes out of this man's mouth. And we've heard all about the blood on our hands, on American hands. He forgets Kuwait. He forgets what we've done around the world. He forgets that organizations like the American Center for Law and Justice, when we win a case at the Supreme Court, and we win a lot of them, when we win them, it's for everybody who's religious in the country. Not just Christians, not just Jews, but Muslims too. In fact, you could say that the ACLJ has done more for the Muslim community in America than most organizations in the United States. But we understand that with the great responsibility of religious freedom in our country and this great right, you have to make the right decisions. And it is not right to put a mosque here at a place where this imam this week said, it's not sacred ground. America, are you standing on sacred ground right now? The blood is not on our hands. Never accept that terrorist threat, because that's what it is. See, in the United States, when someone says, oh, if you don't let me build our building, we're going to attack you. You know what we say? We will fight you, and we're not afraid. See, Imam Rauf, the blood's not on our hands. The blood is on your hands. He is the man who has gone around the world talking about how our soldiers have killed more innocent Muslims than Al-Qaeda has of innocent non-Muslims. That is reading from Al-Qaeda's suicide bomber recruitment handbook. That's what this imam does, and we can't be afraid. And that's why I'm telling you today, from the American Center for Law and Justice, we are going to fight this aggressively, not just screaming about it, but they're going to court. But I have to say this. It's because of you. Because when the news media said, oh, no, the American people, they're not going to come to a rally on 9/11, Look how many people are here, media. Look at us, patriotic Americans. And then they said, no, the people of New York, they support the mosque. And then they did their own polls, and guess what happened? They don't. And then they polled the American people and realized where people like the New York Times are, with their op-eds and editorials telling us how racist we are. 71% of the country disagrees with them, and about 22% of their city still even cares what they say. We're ready to fight, but I need you to stand with us. And it's not for the ACLJ. It's for the first responders. It's for the 9/11 families. It's for the people of New York, the people of Washington and Pennsylvania, but it's really for all of the American people. We will stand up against extremism, and we will fight them aggressively, every way we can. I want to say this today. We will never allow this ground zero mosque. No mosque! No mosque! No mosque! God bless America. Thank you very much.